In the heart of the desert, beneath a sun that saw everything, a bride stood on the edge of a dream and a storm. What was meant to be the happiest day of her life would soon unravel secrets buried for years. Love, betrayal, and truth would collide in front of everyone she thought she could trust. This isn't just a wedding story, it's a reckoning. And when the final vow is spoken, nothing will ever be the same. The golden sun poured across the dusty elegance of Sagebrush Ridge Estate, its warmth cloaking the sandstone courtyard where white chairs stood in perfect rows. Inside the bridal suite, part rustic cabin, part boutique spa, Camila Rivera adjusted the lace sleeves of her wedding dress with trembling fingers. Her reflection in the mirror showed a woman on the brink of a lifelong promise, her dark curls pinned with care, her lips caught somewhere between a smile and collapse. Behind her, bridesmaids flitted like nervous birds. Their chatter and the clink of champagne glasses tried to mask the electric tension buzzing through the air. That was before Aunt Deborah arrived, uninvited, dressed in a tailored champagne pantsuit, and bathed in the kind of perfume that made people sneeze or surrender. Deborah entered like she owned the air. She had raised Camilla after the accident that took both of her parents, a fact she never let Camilla forget. Every birthday gift came with a reminder of her sacrifice. Every hug, a subtle grip of guilt. Deborah didn't knock. She never had. "So you're really going through with this farce," she said, her voice low but sharp enough to cut silk. Camilla turned slowly. "I am. And I wish for once you could let me have this day." Deborah stepped closer, eyes narrowed. "He's a con artist. Camilla, when it all crumbles, don't expect me to clean up your mess." Her words struck like fists. Before Camilla could speak, her bridesmaids circled, ushering Deborah out with polite force. But the damage was done. The past always knew how to crawl under Camilla's skin. As guests arrived and the ceremony neared, Isaac Martinez waited under the desert sun, his back straight but his jaw tight. He'd seen the bruises Deborah left not on Camilla's skin, but in her beliefs. She carried shame like a second spine. Today was supposed to be different. When Camilla appeared, radiant and resolute, the crowd gasped. Isaac's father, a man carved from granite, wiped away a tear. Yet in the front row, Deborah sat stone-faced, arms crossed, a storm held barely in check. Camilla began her vows with a quivering breath, her eyes locked onto Isaac's, and for a moment, everything else disappeared. Then Deborah stood. "You don't know the truth," she shouted. A hush fell. Camilla's voice broke mid-sentence. Isaac instinctively reached for her hand. Deborah stormed down the aisle. With a sudden motion, she slapped Camilla across the face. The bouquet dropped. Gasps rippled. The silence was deafening. "I won't let you walk into this sham of a marriage," Deborah hissed. Isaac stepped forward. He didn't yell. He didn't push. He simply looked Deborah in the eyes and said, "You want the truth? Fine. You've been stealing from her for 10 years. The words landed like thunder. "I hired a forensic accountant," Isaac continued. "We traced every cent of the trust fund her parents left her. The fake charity accounts, the forged signatures, $200,000. Gone." Deborah's face paled. "Lies." She spat. "You can't prove anything." Camilla, stunned but steady, took a breath. "You told me I couldn't afford college, that I was too dependent, but you were living off my future." Deborah looked around for support. She found none. Still, she wasn't finished. As security approached, she grabbed a microphone from the nearby table and shouted, "I gave her everything. I gave her a home. My best years." Camilla stepped forward, voice calm but cutting. "You gave nothing freely. You turned love into a loan and called it motherhood." Her words hung in the air like judgment. The mic slipped from Deborah's hand and clattered to the ground. Her expression crumbled, and she was escorted out, heels echoing like a fading drumbeat of power. A long, quiet moment passed. Isaac turned to Camilla. "Do you still want to do this?" She nodded. "More than ever." They finished their vows. This time, Camilla's voice didn't waver. When they kissed, the crowd erupted not from politeness, but from shared release. Later, under hanging lanterns and desert stars, the reception pulsed with life. Laughter returned. Mateo, Isaac's younger brother, offered a toast that lingered long after the glasses clinked. Camilla didn't just get married today. She reclaimed herself. As music played and guests danced, Isaac handed Camilla a small velvet box. Inside was her mother's bracelet retrieved from a pawn shop Deborah had used to feed her lifestyle. Camilla's fingers trembled as she fastened it to her wrist. "You found it," Isaac nodded. "She sold it years ago. Took time. But it's yours again," Camilla whispered. "For the first time, I feel free. But freedom has a price. And some debts demand one last desperate act." Hours later, Deborah returned through a side entrance, mascara smudged. Her control cracked wide open. She seized the microphone again, her voice hoarse. "I was the only one there when she cried herself to sleep. I held her when no one else cared. You think that doesn't mean anything?" This time, Camilla didn't flinch. She took the microphone gently from Deborah's hands. "You held me down. You didn't lift me up. You turned grief into control and called it love. But I'm not yours anymore." Security didn't need to drag Deborah away. She walked herself out, shoulders squared like pride could still protect her. But her eyes betrayed her lonely, hunted, unraveling. As the final dance began, Camilla leaned into Isaac's arms, around them. Family chosen, not inherited closed in. She had walked through fire in a white dress and come out clean. This wasn't just a wedding, it was a reckoning. And as the stars blinked above the quiet courtyard, Camilla finally understood. Freedom isn't something you wait for, it's something you take back.